Hello and welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman, and in this lesson, we'll continue learning how to play Elfin Dance by Edvard Grieg. Today, we'll be going on to learn the B section. Let's get started with a little score analysis. Our B section begins here, and once again, it might be helpful to you to go through and circle all the Fs, which you'll need to remember to sharp. And don't forget that with ledger lines, it doesn't matter that this sharp is on the top line. Any F on the staff becomes sharp because of a key signature. So, for example, 3 ledger lines down, 1, 2, 3. Middle C, remember, is 1 ledger line down. Each additional ledger line is a skip, which is how I know this is an F, so it will become F sharp. Down here in the bass staff, see this is also an F. If you'd like, you can pause the video and in this B section, go through, find all the Fs and circle them. We've got one here. Also, you might want to circle any notes that are sharped because of an earlier sharp in the measure, so you don't forget to sharp it. For example, this A is sharp, so I know that this A is also sharp, and this A is also sharp. At the bar line, that sharp dies, and so the composer has to put a new A sharp here. This one is also sharp because of that one. I'm not going to go through and circle all of my sharps, but again, pause if you'd like to do that on your own. Otherwise, let's now analyze some intervals. Okay, I drew a box around 4 different intervals. I'd like you to pause the video and decide, are these minor seconds? Remember, a minor second is just no note in between, the closest, tightest interval we have in music. And then a major second is 1 half step larger than that, the distance of 2 half steps, major second, or a minor third, the distance of 3 half steps, or a major third, the distance of 1, 2, 3, 4 half steps. Pause and figure that out, and then press play and I'll show you the correct answers. All right, this first interval, we have an E to an F sharp. Hopefully you remembered that all Fs are automatically sharped. That's one we can circle. If you didn't remember that was an F sharp, that would have given you a minor second, which would be incorrect. This is a major second here. This next one, G to a B flat, is a minor third, the distance of 1, 2, 3 half steps. This one's a minor second, A sharp to B natural. Notice those are so close together, no note in between makes that a half step or a minor second. And then last of all, C natural. Why did they put that natural there? Because it was C sharp here, that's a courtesy. The bar line would have killed it anyway, but just as a friendly reminder, it's called a courtesy accidental. We have a C natural to E, that makes a major third. 1, 2, 3, 4 half steps makes a major third. Now, on your own, I'd like you to pause the video and try to learn just these first 4 measures, right-hand part. Don't forget, you've got to come down to this B below middle C. Notice there's the middle C line. It's just a step below. That's your right-hand part for the first few notes. I gave you a little head start. And then see if you can learn this next section on your own, then press play, and we'll check it out together. Let's look at the right-hand part starting at measure 9. Our finger 3 is on this B right below middle C, and it's marked forte, so a nice crunchy sound. And then suddenly pianissimo as our finger 1 comes back up to this E. And to get the right sound here, let your wrist kind of rock back and forth. You're kind of just rotating like you're turning the knob of a door. See, that rotation will help me play this faster and really gently as we get it up to full speed. But let's go very andante for right now. Rest, then back to forte. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, pianissimo again. Notice it's marked G to B flat this time. Before it was G to A sharp. Now, there are music theory reasons behind why Edvard Grieg chose to do it that way. It has to do with chord theory, which we're not going to get into right now. But for right now, note that these are the same notes we had a minute ago, but now marked with a B flat, and then figure 1 comes up to G, B flat to C sharp. Again, notice my wrist rotation, and then going on, A sharp, finger 1 comes under to B, finger 1 comes up to the B, and then we're back to the A material. Now, if that matched what you played for the right hand, great job. If you notice any notes you need to fix, you're always welcome to pause and fix those things. Otherwise, it's your turn now to try and learn the left hand part. On your own, try and learn the left hand part from measure 9 up through measure 22. Just pause and work through the left hand part. Don't forget to watch for the F sharps. Any F you see is automatically sharped. You know all of these things. Pause and learn that section, and then I'll show you how to play it so you can double check your work. All right, here's the left hand part starting at measure 9. Finger 1 is on B. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, rest. Did you remember that F sharp there on this chord? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, rest. 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 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we're back to the A material. How did you do? Fix anything that you need to fix? Otherwise, let's keep going and notice a few things about this section. First, I want you to note the big dynamic contrast we have from this forte to pianissimo. And then also note how the right hand is legato while the left hand has those staccato articulations. So keep that left hand as crisp as you possibly can. And remember, the right hand is the melody here. So the left hand is going to be super soft. Then forte again. Pianissimo. Sudden changes. And now, I think the hardest section is right here, starting at the pickup to measure 15, because it just keeps going, keeps going. The right hand just has this stream of these fast eighth notes that just keeps going, 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 and it doesn't give you a break. And so, what I suggest in your practicing is to start here at the pickup to measure 15, and I want you to play this 10 to 20 times every day until you can do it confidently and without hesitation. Your right hand just needs to be able to cruise through that. And the only way to get it is lots of repetitions and noticing the patterns. There are patterns here. Notice we step up and then it's this rocking back and forth with this top note repeating and this bottom note going down. And then that pattern repeats a little higher, repeats a little higher. You're going to play that over and over again until your right hand feels confident. Then add in the left hand. Also, don't forget the power of practicing with metronome. You can put your metronome at a slow, comfortable speed. will make sure that you're not cheating the beat, that you're not speeding up or slowing down without realizing it. This keeps you honest. Find a speed, and when you can play it with no pauses and no missed notes, that's your cue. You can start speeding it up towards your final tempo. Great job getting started on the B section of Elfin Dance. Happy practicing, and see you next time. Why, Edvard? Why? What is wrong with you? I just don't get why he would put an A sharp here, but a B flat here. What's the big deal? A sharp and B flat are the same note. They're enharmonic. I know what enharmonic means, so why not just write it the same way both times? Was there some hidden meaning, some purpose, or was he just tormenting us? Curious minds need to know. If you're dying to know so much, you should ask Mr. Hoffman. He said in the lesson there was a music theory reason for it, remember? Princess, you're a genius. Hey, Mr. Hoffman. Yes, Scuba? Can you explain to us why Grieg writes an A sharp here in measure 11 and 12, but a B flat in measure 15? Well, like I said, the reason involves some pretty advanced music theory. I love music theory. I mean, this is like college level music theory. Let's hear it. Yeah, okay. All right. You see, composers choose which of two enharmonic notes to use based on the specific scale or chord they have in mind. Here in measure 11 and 12, if you rearrange the notes into thirds, which is how you can determine the chord, you'll see Grieg is using the notes A sharp, C sharp, E, G, which is a secondary dominant chord. Secondary dominants are not diatonic chords because they actually are borrowed from a different key. In this case, it's borrowed from the key of B, and B in our original key of E minor is the dominant or 5 chord. So this chord would be analyzed as an A sharp diminished 7 chord, or the 7/7 of 5. Okay, thank you very much. Oh, I'm only halfway done. Really? Okay, proceed. Great. Now, the reason that Grieg switches to using a B flat here is that he's thinking of this as a new chord. Oh, you actually understand this? Shh. He's thinking of this as a C sharp diminished 7 chord, which is spelled C sharp, E, G, B flat. It's technically the same notes as before enharmonically, but spelling it this way gives it a new root and a new chord function. In Roman numeral analysis, we could call this the 7/7 of 7. Got it? Scuba?